Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the most powerful transformation in your life won't begin with something you add, but with something you release? For so many of us, we spend years chasing success, searching for love, striving for peace, yet we remain stuck, overwhelmed, and disconnected. And it's not because we're incapable. It's not because we're unlucky. It's because we're dragging the past into every new beginning. We're trying to build a future while anchored to memories that no longer serve us. The pain, the regret, the guilt, the betrayal, we replay them over and over, thinking if we hold on long enough, we'll somehow change what happened. But we can't. And the truth is, the longer we hold on, the more we sabotage what could be. You see, letting go is not something that happens naturally. It's not something you wait to feel ready for. It's something you do on purpose. It's something you commit to even when it hurts. Because what's hurting you now is not what happened. What's hurting you is your attachment to it, your unwillingness to release it. And until you force yourself to let go, you will continue to live the same cycle, different faces, different places, but the same emotions, the same outcomes, the same limitations. Letting go is not about being careless. It's not about forgetting your story or pretending everything was okay. It's about choosing to no longer let your past dictate your worth, your decisions, or your direction. It's about recognizing that healing doesn't require revenge, closure, or apology. Healing requires release. It requires you to stop giving your power to things you cannot control and start reclaiming your energy for the things you can. Some of you have been holding on for years, holding on to people who left, to situations you couldn't fix, to identities that were shaped by pain, not purpose, and it's become familiar, so familiar that letting go feels more terrifying than staying stuck. But I promise you this, everything you want is on the other side of that fear. Everything you've been dreaming of, peace of mind, love that fulfills you, goals that inspire you, confidence that grounds you, it's waiting, but it cannot exist in the same space where you keep reliving your worst memories. You must make space for it, and space is made through release. So force yourself. Yes, force yourself. Because if you wait to feel ready, you may wait forever. If you wait until it stops hurting, you may never begin. Letting go doesn't always feel good in the moment, but it sets you free. And freedom is what allows you to truly live, to step into the present without baggage, to look ahead without fear, to love without walls, to build without breaking yourself in the process. You have the power to stop surviving and start living, but you must take that first brave step. Let go of what you think you need. Let go of what you thought should have happened. Let go of who you used to be and meet yourself where you are now, stronger, wiser, and more capable than you've ever been. Life is not waiting for the perfect version of you. Life is waiting for the real you, the one who's ready to be free. And it all begins the moment you decide to let go. But today I invite you to step into a new perspective, one where you're no longer confined by your past, but empowered to shape your future. A place where you don't just consider letting go, you become someone who already has. Because the moment you decide to release what no longer serves you, you open the door to something greater. You move from survival to creation, from living in old memories to shaping new possibilities. The past, whether we admit it or not, shapes how we act in the present. We carry the echoes of past experiences, both victories and setbacks, along with the emotions attached to them. While we may believe the past is behind us, it continues to influence our present through thoughts, beliefs, and habits. Most of the time, we don't even realize how much power it still holds. But what if I told you that your future depends on your ability to release the past? To step into a version of yourself no longer limited by what came before? When you cling to past events, whether joyful or painful, you unknowingly let them define who you are and what you think is possible. Reflecting constantly on past regrets or failures brings those emotions into every new moment. You might find yourself trapped in patterns of negative thinking, unable to move forward. Emotionally, you remain connected to what should have been left behind. Think about the last time you held on to something, a relationship, a mistake, or a painful memory. Did it strengthen you or weigh you down? Holding on is like carrying a backpack filled with emotional weight. It slows you, makes everything more difficult, and restricts your progress. You may believe it's a part of your identity, but it doesn't have to be. The truth is, the past only lives in your thoughts. What happened is over. But when you relive it mentally, the pain returns as if it were happening now. The emotions, anger, grief, frustration, are not caused by the present, but by old wounds. And they continue to keep you stuck, stripping you of your power in this moment. The first step to releasing the past is recognizing your ability to change the story you've been telling yourself. Your past narrative doesn't have to become your future script. You are not defined by what has happened to you. Every time you reflect on your past, you have a decision to remain where you are or to move forward. By shifting your mindset and letting go of outdated beliefs, you create new opportunities for healing and transformation. Releasing the past is not just a mental exercise. It's a deep, intentional choice to walk away from what's holding you back. It requires changing how you think, feel, and act. When you let go, you free yourself from self-imposed limitation. You stop being tied to past experiences and start moving toward who you want to become. Rather than letting the past shape your future, you take ownership and begin to define it on your terms. It's essential to understand that letting go is not about forgetting. It's about accepting that while the past is part of your journey, it doesn't have to dictate where you go from here. You honor the lessons, acknowledge the growth, and then move forward with a renewed outlook. Letting go is about fully embracing the present and trusting that your future holds far more than your past ever did. Many people struggle with this because they believe holding on protects them. They think clinging to pain, betrayal, or disappointment will shield them from future hurt. But in truth, holding on keeps them trapped in fear and limits. When you let go, you allow space for growth, new experiences, and emotional renewal. You give yourself the freedom to evolve and create a life not limited by the past. The ability to release the past is already within you, but it demands a clear decision to value your future more than the weight you've carried. It asks you to step forward with courage into the unknown, knowing your greatest potential lies beyond past experiences. When you release what no longer serves you, you make space for new beginnings, fresh opportunities, and the emergence of your truest self. That moment marks the beginning of your real transformation. And it all starts with one courageous act: letting go. We all carry emotional habits developed over years. Ways of thinking, feeling, and reacting that define how we live. These aren't random. They're the result of repeated experiences that have created strong neural pathways in the brain. Each emotional response you've had has reinforced those patterns, making them automatic over time. These responses influence how we view the world, how we act, and how we see ourselves. But lasting change requires that we break free from old emotional routines and develop new, empowering ones. This isn't easy. It requires self-awareness and a willingness to confront the thoughts and behaviors that have kept you stuck. The first step is to recognize these patterns. Many of us run on autopilot, reacting to life based on past experiences instead of responding to the present with clarity. For example, when triggered by anger or frustration, we often react the same way we always have, raising our voice, shutting down, or lashing out, because it's familiar. These emotional habits have become default settings. But what if you could break that default? What if you could recognize your triggers and choose a better response? That's emotional awareness. When you're conscious of your emotional patterns, you gain the power to shift your responses. Instead of acting from fear or habit, you act with confidence and purpose. One effective tool is mindfulness, the practice of staying fully present without judgment. Mindfulness helps you observe your emotions instead of being overwhelmed by them. You can feel anger or sadness without letting it dictate your behavior. That's how you start replacing automatic reactions with intentional choice. Another key part of breaking emotional patterns is identifying the core beliefs behind them. Often our emotional reactions come from deeply held ideas we formed early in life. These beliefs color how we see ourselves, others, and the world. For instance, if you believe you're unworthy of love, you may sabotage relationships before you can be hurt. Or if you believe life is unfair, you may respond to setbacks with resentment or despair. To break free, you must challenge those beliefs. Ask yourself, are they true? Or are they just outdated conclusions based on past pain? By questioning and reshaping these beliefs, you also shift the emotions tied to them. This isn't an overnight change. Rewiring emotional patterns takes time, but every time you choose a new response, you're forming a new pathway in your brain. With repetition, those new patterns become your default, just like the old ones were. Unlike the old patterns, these new ones empower you. They help you face life with resilience and clarity. And an essential part of this journey is self-compassion. It's easy to judge yourself when you fall back into old habits. But criticism only reinforces the belief that you can't change. Instead, be patient. Acknowledge your progress no matter how small. Every step forward is a win. Breaking emotional cycles means reclaiming your personal power. It means choosing how you respond instead of letting old habits run your life. When you free yourself from emotional conditioning, new doors open for connection, growth, and fulfillment. You stop being controlled by the past and start creating your future with confidence and emotional mastery. As you continue this process, you'll notice real changes in every part of your life. And it all begins with understanding this. Your energy is your greatest asset. Transformation starts by realizing that your energy, not just your thoughts or actions, shapes your world. Energy fuels your emotions, your health, and the opportunities you attract. If you want real change, you must align your energy with the life you want to live. Positive thinking and goal setting aren't enough. Your energy must match your vision. Yet many of us live out of alignment. We go through the day reacting out of fear or stress, shaped by old habits. We carry emotional baggage that drains us. As a result, our energy becomes scattered. When you're out of sync with your true potential, frustration builds. We wonder why things don't improve, when in truth, it's because our energy isn't aligned with our desire. To change this, start observing your energy levels throughout the day. Notice how you feel in different environments, around certain people, or when thinking particular thoughts. Do they uplift you or drain you? Are you operating in a state of high energy, one filled with optimism, purpose, and potential? Or are you stuck in low energy patterns like worry, fear, and self-doubt? The first step toward transforming your energy is becoming aware of where it's currently going. Once you recognize your energy patterns, you can begin to take control. The next step is to consciously decide to shift that energy. Rather than reacting automatically to external events, take responsibility for the energy you bring into each moment. This means making intentional adjustments to your thoughts, feelings, and actions. When you notice yourself drifting into negativity, pause and choose a more empowering response. If your mind dwells on future anxieties or past regrets, gently redirect your focus to the here and now. Make a habit of observing your energy and making choices that align with your best self. One effective method to raise your energy is visualization. Your thoughts and emotions are directly linked to the energy you emit. When you consistently visualize your desired reality, whether it's achieving a goal, cultivating meaningful relationships, or improving your health, you begin to align your energy with that vision. The clearer and more emotionally charged your visualization, the more your energy adjusts to match it. Visualization is not only a mental exercise, but an energetic one. Repeated visualization helps guide your energy toward your desired outcome. Another way to shift your energy is through physical well-being. Your body reflects your energetic state. When you're tense, tired, or unwell, your energy suffers too. Maintaining a healthy body is just as critical as maintaining a healthy mind. Movement, nutrition, and rest are key to aligning your energy. Taking care of your physical health builds the foundation for strong, balanced energy. Physical activity, whether it's structured exercise, yoga, or simply a walk in nature, can help release stagnant energy and restore vitality. Also, be mindful of your social and physical environment. Energy is influenced by the people you engage with and the spaces you occupy. Constant exposure to negativity or toxic behavior can drain your energy. It's important to establish boundaries with those who deplete your energy and invest in relationships that uplift and inspire you. Likewise, your surroundings impact how you feel. A disorganized or chaotic environment can affect your inner state. Creating clean, peaceful spaces supports better energy alignment. Gratitude is another powerful energy shifting tool. Focusing on what you appreciate moves your energy from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude is a high frequency state that attracts more of what you value. Starting your day by acknowledging what you're thankful for instantly lifts your vibration. Gratitude not only improves your emotional well-being, but trains your mind to see the positive instead of the negative. The more you practice gratitude, the more your energy aligns with the good that already exists and with the possibilities still to come. Shifting your energy is ultimately about taking ownership of your experience. It's about choosing how you want to feel and what energy you want to embody in every situation. When your energy aligns with your highest intentions, you begin attracting people, events, and outcomes that reflect that alignment. And over time, you shape a life that reflects your true potential, where you have power over your emotions, energy, and reality. Letting go of control can be one of the most freeing and transformational steps you can take. For many, the need to control comes from fear. Fear of uncertainty, of the future, or of things not unfolding as expected. We attempt to manage everything, details, timelines, outcomes, believing that without constant oversight, everything will fall apart. But in truth, control is an illusion. It often keeps us in a cycle of stress, anxiety, and disappointment. The more we try to control, the more we resist life's natural rhythm. Real freedom comes from surrender, trusting the process and allowing life to unfold without force. The urge to control is tied to our desire for predictability. We want to know what's coming and feel secure in that knowledge. While this is understandable, it also limits us. When we insist on managing every outcome, we close ourselves off to unexpected opportunities and new directions we never considered. Life's unpredictability is part of what makes it rich with possibility. When we release the need to control everything, we open the door to growth, change, and blessings we might not have imagined. Letting go doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means having faith that life will guide you in the right direction, even if it doesn't look exactly as you envisioned. It's about trusting that when you stop trying to force outcomes, things may actually fall into place better than you expected. By releasing control, you give space for new opportunities to enter your life. One of the most effective ways to do this is by learning to embrace uncertainty. Uncertainty can feel uncomfortable at first. It may trigger worry because we're not used to letting go. But uncertainty isn't a danger, it's an invitation. It encourages us to trust ourselves and the flow of life. When we stop trying to plan and predict every step, we create space for something new to emerge. Letting go of control also means releasing the desire to control others. We can influence those around us, but we can't dictate their thoughts or actions. Trying to force change in others often leads to frustration and disappointment. Instead, accept people as they are and focus on your own growth. That doesn't mean tolerating harmful behavior, but it does mean letting go of the need to shape others to fit your expectation. Rather than trying to change people, show up as your authentic self. Another part of releasing control is loosening your grip on specific outcomes. We often become so attached to achieving goals in a certain way that we lose sight of the journey itself. This fixation on results can prevent us from appreciating the experiences and lessons along the way. By letting go of rigid expectations, we stay open to how life unfolds and more attuned to the present. Trusting the process means believing that no matter what happens, you're exactly where you need to be. There's also a profound relief in releasing control. The pressure to manage everything, predict outcomes, and keep life perfectly ordered can be exhausting. It creates tension and drains your emotional and physical energy. When you finally let go of that burden, you feel lighter, more at ease, and more present. You realize you don't need to hold everything together. It's okay to let things unfold naturally. This release allows you to be more present, to trust the timing of your life, and to meet each moment as it comes. Learning to release control is a journey. It doesn't happen instantly, but with awareness and intention, it becomes easier over time. It takes practice, patience, and a compassionate mindset. There will be moments when you revert to old habits of trying to control everything, and that's perfectly normal. What matters is reminding yourself that control isn't the solution. Surrendering allows you to access deeper wisdom and guidance. With time, letting go becomes more natural. You begin to feel more at ease, flowing with life instead of resisting it. The more you trust the process, the more effortlessly your true desires begin to manifest, as though they were always destined for you. One of the biggest challenges in life is understanding and managing our energy. Every action, every word, and every thought we have sends out an energetic signal. This energy not only affects us, it also influences our environment, our relationships, our work, and even our physical health. Many people don't realize how much power they have over their own energy. As a result, they often remain in draining environments or patterns. Learning how to manage and elevate your energy intentionally is one of the most effective ways to create the life you want. Contrary to common belief, your energy isn't fixed. It constantly shifts, and you can influence it at any moment. To begin doing this, you must first become conscious of your energy and how external influences affect it. Your surroundings, the people you engage with, and your daily experiences all impact your energy levels. The key is not allowing these outside forces to dictate your emotional state. Instead, focus on regulating your own energy, staying centered regardless of circumstances. Understanding the difference between high and low energy states is the first step. High energy brings feelings of joy, motivation, and confidence. In this state, you feel empowered and ready to meet challenges. Low energy often shows up as fatigue, sadness, or overwhelm. It's harder to stay motivated, and even small tasks can feel like too much. Maintaining a high energy state begins with awareness and intention. When you notice your energy dipping, you can take deliberate action to raise it. One of the best ways to boost energy is through physical movement. Whether it's exercise, stretching, dancing, or a walk outdoors, movement circulates energy and lifts your mood. It releases endorphins, the body's natural mood enhancers, and clears built-up tension. Incorporating movement into your daily life builds vitality and mental clarity. Alongside movement, your thoughts greatly influence your energy. Negative self-limiting thoughts drain you, while positive empowering ones energize you. That's why it's essential to monitor your inner dialogue. If you're focused on problems, fear, or doubt, your energy contracts. But focusing on solutions, gratitude, and possibilities helps your energy expand. Positive thinking isn't just a mindset, it's a frequency that attracts better outcomes. One practice that helps shift both mindset and energy is meditation. It quiets the noise, calms the body, and reconnects you with your inner self. Meditation also increases emotional awareness, helping you notice when you're falling into a negative or reactive state. With regular practice, it becomes easier to stay composed and centered no matter what's happening around you. Protecting your energy is just as important as raising it. Negative people, toxic settings, and overstimulation can all drain your energy. Be mindful of where and with whom you spend your time. Setting boundaries, saying no when needed, and choosing uplifting environments help preserve your vitality. The food you consume also has a significant effect on energy. A diet rich in whole, nutrient-dense foods, such as fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, supports both your physical and mental performance. On the other hand, processed foods, excessive sugar, and caffeine can cause energy crashes and fatigue. Nourishing your body with the right fuel enhances your energy and overall well-being. Another important aspect is finding a balance between giving and receiving. Many empathetic individuals give so much to others that they forget to replenish themselves. While being kind and generous is valuable, so is rest and self-care. Activities like spending quiet time alone, pursuing hobbies, or simply unwinding help restore your energy reserves. When you care for yourself first, you're in a better position to support others. The ultimate goal is to take responsibility for your energy instead of being controlled by outside forces. Through regular habits like movement, mindfulness, intentional thinking, and self-care, you develop a foundation of strength and resilience. As you refine your energy practices, you'll notice how every area of your life begins to improve. Relationships, work, and personal fulfillment. One of the most empowering shifts you can make is learning to embrace the unknown. The unknown often triggers fear and hesitation because it represents unpredictability. Our minds crave certainty and order because it makes us feel safe. But personal growth and transformation often reside beyond the limits of the familiar. It's within uncertainty that innovation, creativity, and new possibilities emerge. By releasing the need to always know what's next, you make space for unexpected breakthroughs and meaningful experiences. The unknown isn't a void. It's a space full of potential. Remaining in your comfort zone can feel safe, but it also keeps you small. You can become attached to what's familiar, even when it's no longer serving you. Growth happens when you step outside of the known and allow yourself to explore what lies beyond. It requires courage, yes, but also a willingness to trust in the natural unfolding of life. Often we think that if we plan everything perfectly, we can avoid failure. But no amount of planning guarantees certainty. Life is full of surprises, and your real power lies in how you respond, not in trying to control every detail. When you welcome the unknown, you shift from fear to trust. You begin to understand that not knowing isn't a reason to hold back. It's a reason to stay open and curious. A key part of embracing uncertainty is recognizing that failure isn't something to avoid. It's part of the journey. Failure offers feedback, insight, and opportunity. It helps you refine your approach and build resilience. Each misstep brings clarity and growth, making you better prepared for future challenges. Letting go of perfectionism is also critical. The desire to do everything flawlessly stems from fear of being judged or making mistakes. But perfection is an illusion. Life is imperfect by nature, and embracing that imperfection allows you to move forward more freely. When you stop obsessing over every detail and start trusting the process, you gain confidence in your ability to adapt. This flexibility allows you to make progress without being stalled by self-doubt. Another way to embrace the unknown is to develop a sense of curiosity. When you're curious, you focus more on discovery and less on outcome. You become more willing to take risks, try new things, and explore unfamiliar paths. Curiosity invites questions, breaks assumptions, and expands possibilities. It turns life into a learning experience rather than a test. Letting go of expectations is also essential. Expectations are often built from past experiences and can limit your ability to be present. Life rarely unfolds according to our exact plans. Releasing rigid expectations helps you stay open to what's possible and reduces frustration. By allowing life to surprise you, you stay receptive to new experiences that may be even better than what you originally envisioned. Trusting the unknown also involves having faith. Faith that things are unfolding as they should, even when it's not immediately clear why. Faith means believing there's a purpose behind life's events and that every step is part of a greater path. Faith doesn't require knowing all the answers. It means trusting that you're being guided toward what's best for you, even when you can't see it yet. When you hold that trust, you release the need for control and begin to flow with life's natural rhythm. In learning to embrace the unknown, you gain a sense of freedom. You let go of the pressure to figure everything out. You become more present, more engaged, and more open to the journey itself. Within uncertainty lies your greatest potential. When you let go of what's known, you allow life to unfold in new and extraordinary ways. So if you've made it this far, if these words have resonated with even a part of your heart, don't just let them pass you by. Let them challenge you. Let them ignite something within you. Because the truth is, change doesn't come when you feel like it. It comes the moment you decide to do something different. And maybe this right here is your moment. The moment you stop defining yourself by what hurt you. The moment you stop replaying the same thoughts, the same mistakes, the same stories, and start reaching for something more. You are not created to live a life bound by what's behind you. You are meant to live free, boldly, and fully, but you can't do that while holding on to everything that broke you. The life you want, the one with clarity, purpose, love, peace, it doesn't exist in the past. It begins when you choose to let go. Letting go isn't weakness. It's one of the strongest things you'll ever do. It's facing the fear of the unknown and walking forward anyway. It's choosing healing over history. It's allowing yourself to feel the pain, honor it, and then release it so you can finally breathe again. That's not easy. It takes guts. It takes self-awareness. It takes repetition. But that's how transformation works. Not all at once, but one decision at a time. The decision to show up for yourself. The decision to stop shrinking to stay comfortable. The decision to stop waiting for closure and start creating new beginnings. And if you felt even a flicker of truth in today's message, don't let it fade. Let it grow. If this message moved you, if it reminded you of who you are or gave you the push you've been needing, like this video, not just for the algorithm, but to help others discover what you just experienced. Leave a comment. Your words might be the very thing someone else needs to see to feel less alone. Share what you're letting go of, what you're choosing, what you're stepping into. Speak life, not just into your journey, but into someone else. And subscribe to this channel, because this space was built for you. For the person who's done with fear, done with excuses, done with living a life that doesn't feel aligned, this channel is here to fuel your growth, strengthen your mindset, and remind you every single week that you are not your past. You are your potential. This isn't just another motivational video. This is a movement for people who are ready to live on purpose, for those who are ready to reclaim their energy, their power, and their future. So if you're ready to make a shift, to stop surviving and start thriving, stay with us, because we're walking this path together, one decision, one breakthrough, one moment at a time. And right now, in this very moment, you have a choice. You can hold on and stay where you are, or you can let go and finally live the life that's been waiting for you all along. The life you deserve, the life only you can create. So let go and start living. We'll be right here walking with you every step of the way.